Good evening, everyone. I'm Danielle Patel, the MMW drama teacher, and we have a fantastic final performance for you tonight. And at that, I will hand the mic over to Tweedledum.
Good evening. Please remember that my dad has already taken photos on the video, so please refrain from flash photography.
At this time, please power off all digital devices. And remember, put away your phones.
Remember, concessions will be sold at intermission, which is 15 minutes, but please remain in your seats until then.
Now, let's see how great of an audience we have tonight. Show us your applause.
I think you can give us a little more.
Wonderful. And now, without further ado, we proudly present Alice at Wonderland. Big applause.
Blazing speed, unlimited talk and text. Well, sure, it has apps. What's the use of a smartphone without apps?
Oh dear, how late it's getting!
Hang on a sec. Hey, can you pipe down? I'm on the phone. Thanks.
Oh dear!
Are you still there? Great, now my phone's dead. Thanks a lot, Rabbit.
I'm late!
Is there a cafe close by? Somewhere I can maybe plug it in?
Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting!
Hang on, Rabbit! Lost in the woods, no phone, no GPS. This must be how the pioneers felt. And now, just fabulous, it looks like rain. Oh, what an ugly storm. Hey, Bunny, I'm talking. I? Where have I landed?
Strange doors.
Achoo!
Bless you.
Achoo! Achoo!
Bless you. Bless you.
Thanks. Hey, doors aren't supposed to talk.
And young girls
Aren't supposed to sneeze.
without covering their yappers.
I must have caught a cold in that ugly storm. Say, I wonder where your doors might lead.
Locked.
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 Locked. Locked.
Locked. Then how am I supposed to get out of here? Where did this come from? Maybe this key will open one of you.
Not me.
Not I.
Not us.
Well then, I'll just have to break one of you down.
Awful girl.
That would hurt.
How unladylike.
Which one of you shall it be?
He's best.
No, she's best.
I'm really much too sturdy.
What about me?
What about you?
It's my secrets that the key unlocks. Thank heavens. This girl's
That
so
girl's
crazy.
cray-cray.
But you're such a tiny door. What secrets could you have?
Secrets of the other side.
What will I find there?
A most magnificent garden full of white roses and tiger lilies. It's called Wonderland.
What just happened?
What do you mean?
We all just started carrying on for no reason.
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice the music and dancing?
Oh, that. By decree of the Queen.
By decree of the Queen?
By decree of the Queen, that is, by decree of me, whenever a particular word is mentioned, there shall be music and dancing. Anyone who fails to obey this decree, who fails at the utterance of the word to heed the music and dance like a raving loon, it's off with your head!
That's some stiff talk.
You'd be stiff if you didn't obey it.
What's the word?
I'd rather not say.
But you must have just said it.
Shrewdly observed.
Is it roses or lilies?
Apparently not.
What about white or tiger?
If it were, I'd be dancing, wouldn't I?
Then the word must be Wonderland?
So now you know.
One word has all that power?
Please don't say it again. My knees are killing me.
Describe what that place is like.
It's a land of nonsense and make-believe, of danger, beauty, and imagination. It's a wonderful place in a wonderful world. If you walk through my door, you'll see puzzlement unfurled. We've got felines who grin, caterpillars drink coke, and an egg who knows every word that one has ever spoke. We've got flowers who talk as they bicker and brag. We've a frog and a fish who both hawk the daily rag. With a hatter and hare, both as mad as can be. Step inside to a place beyond which you will ever see. Though we are confusing, we're amusing nonetheless. Choosing what is certain with a guess. We quite like to be funnel as you muddle through our mess. Discombobulations are success. It's a wonderful place, full of wonderful twists. It's a paradise of paradox, recycle and a list. Lots of riddle and rhyme, and a flummox of time. Be our guest, let our fantasies be your new paradigm. One big conundrum.
too big to go through your frame. Where did this come from? Drink me?
Maybe poison.
Could be poison.
Probably poison.
It isn't marked poison.
If it were marked poison, no one would drink it.
Well, that'd be the point, you see.
There's only one way to find out. Down the hatch.
Here goes. There now. Tastes like Skittles.
Oh, I can't bear to watch.
Relax, nothing's happening.
What do you mean nothing's happening?
I'm what? Vanishing. My hands, they're shrinking. My feet, the size of dimes. And my voice, too. I sound like a Christmas elf. Oh, what a curious feeling.
This isn't pretty.
Shut up like a telescope.
Hardly a foot tall.
What'll I do now?
Look on the bright side.
What bright side? I'm 10 inches high.
Now you're the right size to go through me and enter the lovely garden.
Yes, that's right, I am.
But you'll need the key.
The key? Oh, no. Don't tell me. No, I'm too small to reach the key.
That's a pity.
A crying shame.
One should plan ahead before shrinking.
I could just cry.
Now, there's no use for that. Something will turn up.
Like what? What's this? Eat me?
A balanced meal.
I bet it's a pizza roll.
Or a hush puppy.
It's cake. Should I eat it?
That's what it says.
The food here is very bossy.
Don't complain. There are starving children in the world.
I'll eat it. If it makes me larger, I can reach the key. If it makes me smaller, I'll creep under your door. Either way, I'm gonna get into that garden. Let's hope it's gluten-free. Which way? Which way? It seems I'm remaining the same size.
This is what generally happens when one eats cake.
Wait a moment.
Her face is fattening.
Her thighs are bulging.
By George, she's swelling.
I'm growing so tall, I'll never reach my toes again. Oh, my voice. It sounds like my father. Oh, what an awful way for a girl to get through life. 10 foot tall and the voice of a longshoreman. I'll never get through the door now, and I can just forget about prom.
Oh, won't the Duchess be a savage if I've kept her waiting?
You again? Wait, Bunny. What a weird little bunny. Things are too strange here. From one moment to the next, you can never be sure.
Who you are.
Where you're going?
How you'll get there.
Or who you'll meet along the way.
How did you do that?
Do what exactly?
We're suddenly the same size. You've grown.
Or maybe you've shrunk.
But you used to be tiny.
And you were once a giant.
But now we're both normal.
There is no such thing as normal, my dear. Not in your world, nor in mine. It's all about where you're standing and how closely you're paying attention. The key, if you please. You may pass.
Bye, young lady.
Thanks for not breaking us down.
Don't forget to write. We love you.
We don't love her.
We've known her 5 minutes. Sorry.
You always got.
So embarrassing.
Forgive them. They haven't been opened in centuries.
Well, I guess I'm off then. To this place. What's that you call it? Wonderland? I was told there'd be a garden.
A garden?
And a Starbucks?
Explain yourself.
A caterpillar drinking a Coke. What a status update you'd make.
I said explain yourself.
I've been so many sizes today, I wouldn't know where to begin. You shouldn't really drink so much Coke, you know.
It soothes me.
Studies show caffeine causes more stress than it relieves.
Are you a doctor?
I read about it online.
Then spare me.
You're not even out of the larva stage. You're still a teenager like me.
Waiting to become a butterfly.
Caffeine can stunt your growth.
Then I suppose I remain a caterpillar forever.
That's a shame. Everyone should grow up at some point.
And how do you plan to grow up? Into a butterfly?
No, being a girl, I'll grow into a woman.
Does a woman have wings?
No, a woman looks very much like I do, except more developed.
Please, there are things a caterpillar doesn't need to know.
Sorry, TMI.
TMI?
Too much information?
Why not simply say too much information?
It's an abbreviation.
You've wasted my time. A caterpillar's life isn't long.
Abbreviations are meant to save time.
But if you have to explain them, they're more trouble than they're worth.
Too much information creates a situation and a nervous anticipation. So we say TMI.
TMI?
TMI.
Too much information when you don't need clarification. And you wanna get back to relaxation, so you say TMI.
That's right. Check it out. Abbreviations save you time when you're counting letters and they're on your dime. Texting, tweeting, every kind of greeting. Short and snappy, it's an uphill climb. So APP means application. JAS greetings and salutations.
A shorthand for communication, and sometimes they're even fun to rhyme. Too much information.
We trim down explanation.
And you save all the consternation, so you say TMI. Interesting.
We're just cutting to the chase.
I see. Take a bunch of letters that you just erase.
Acronyms and cryptic symbols, saving keystrokes and saving space. SK8R, that means skater.
And CULA, see you later, alligator.
Check out the new communicator.
In this race, you gotta keep the pace. Too much information. LNT, lost in translation.
GRATZ, congratulations.
And we say TMI. Too much information.
QSO, our conversation.
TFTI, thanks for the invitation. Gotta say TMI. That is why we simplify to TMI. I still like the old way better.
I think we should agree to disagree.
I think we should agree that I'm right and you're wrong.
It's probably best that I get going.
I don't like you.
And I don't particularly like you.
You're being snippy now.
Can you just tell me where the garden is?
If I knew where the garden was, I would have eaten it by now.
Read all about it.
Hot off the presses!
Queen to play croquet.
Queen invites Duchess for game of croquet.
Get your daily toad.
Get your Trout Tribune!
Extra, extra.
Breaking news!
Croquet today.
In the garden!
Details inside.
Extra, extra!
In the garden? I'll take one of those.
One of which, kitten face?
Clearly, she wants the Trout Tribune.
I think she'd prefer the daily toad.
Would you rather have a paper that gives you the news or the one that gives you warmth?
For the last time, frogs don't cause warts.
Which would that be, Sweetkins?
Well, what's the difference between the two papers?
One is written by a frog.
The other's written by a fish.
Those aren't really selling points.
What are you trying to say?
You being a big mouth.
Tell you what, just give me one of each.
Hey, you got it. That'll be 2 flies.
2 flies?
Cost 2 flies a copy.
I'm afraid I don't have 2 flies. How much for yours?
2 worms, but it'll come down to a worm and a half.
I'll match his price.
I'm afraid I don't have any flies or any worms.
What do you got?
I'm afraid I've got nothing to offer you.
So long, Popsicle. You're out of luck.
See you later, boy-doys.
Wait. The garden, where the Queen's croquet match is to take place. I must find it. It's one of the reasons I've come to Wonderland.
Quickest way is through those woods there. Straight shot.
But be careful.
There be some strange characters in them woods.
Stranger than some frogs and fishes selling newspapers?
Yup.
Read all about it.
Hot off the presses.
Get your Shrimp Tribune.
Get your Daily Toad.
Queen to play croquet.
Print is so dead. Hey, wait! Which way through the woods? Crazy Rabbit!
I'm late! The Queen's to play croquet! She's to play croquet!
I know already. Chill. Aren't you gonna help me up?
No time!
Then at least let me follow you to the garden.
You wouldn't be able to keep up with me. I'm terribly tardy as it is.
You know, maybe you should drink some tea. My mom says...
No time for tea! I'm off! To the Queen's croquet!
Wait! Rabbit! Now what, a cat? Here, kitty. What are you doing out in these woods?
I should ask you the same thing.
Oh! You can speak.
Of course I can. This is news to you.
Well, my cat Dinah, she can't speak.
I'll wager that she can. She just chooses not to.
Oh, trust me, she tries, but whenever she opens her mouth, all that comes out is...
Meow.
Yeah.
Oldest trick in the book. It's not that she doesn't talk. It's that she doesn't talk to you.
Well, that's a very cruel thing to assume.
I assumed nothing.
Can you tell me which way I ought to go from here?
That depends a great deal on where you want to get to.
Well, at this point, I don't care much where.
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
So long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that if you only walk long enough. In that direction lives a Hatter, in that direction lives a March Hare. Over there's the house of Tweedledum and Tweedledee, and along that way, you'll find Humpty Dumpty on his wall. Visit any you like. They're all mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
You can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. My kitty cats are mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here. Well, have you heard the good news? Could be it's really bad news. No news is good news unless it's bad news. Or the other way around. Our news is most astounding and often quite dumbfounding. It makes a stray cat wanna just sing the blues. News full of contradiction and lines of bold predictions. Always distorting their reporting with a purpose to confound. Though always disagreeing, one thing I'm guaranteeing, there's one description that will surely amuse. We're all mad, every last one of us is quite mad. Don't assume for a minute you're new. We're all mad. It's a fact, can't refuse it. Gibbering mad, and we're just about to lose it. Some news is idiotic, absurd, a bit psychotic, harebrained and silly, willy-nilly. It's our time we are wound, like watches spring a popping. We're hopping, never stopping, like rabbits, frogs, and cuddly pink kangaroo. We're all mad, Every last one of us is quite mad. Don't assume for a minute you're a mute. Oh, man. It's a fact, can't refuse it. Jabbering, gibbering mad. And we're just about to lose it. Yes, we're all mad. Every last one of us is quite mad. Don't assume for a minute you're a mute. We're all mad. It's a fact, can't refuse it. Jabbering, gibbering mad. And we're just about to lose it.
Meow. Can't you be still?
Be still.
Meow. You keep coming and going like bad Wi-Fi. It's very rude. Meow.
What can I say? I'm mad.
We're all mad.
Meow. Do you play croquet with the queen today?
Oh, I'd like to very much, but I wasn't invited.
Oh, have you ever played before?
Never. I hardly know the game at all.
Well, you need an invitation, so long as you have the proper equipment.
A mallet and a ball?
A flamingo and a hedgehog.
I don't see what those have to do with croquet.
How would you know if you haven't played before?
I'm getting a headache talking to you.
Is it my purr?
It's your grin.
I'm of the opinion that we'll catch a grin. It would give us a more rosier reputation.
I somehow doubt that.
The tea party's underway. I wonder if they saved me a seat. No matter if they haven't, I can never stay anyway. It's just nice to be thought of. Well, I'll be on my way now. And I'll be taking my grin with me.
Tea time. Sipping a hot cup of tea. We're civilized as can be. Pinky salutes, dressing our best suits as we lift up our cups tenderly. It's tea time. Tea time. Tea time. Tea time. Tea time. Tea top off the day, like drinking some stiff Earl Grey. I love the kick, cream and sugar thick, keeps me dancing the blues away. Dancing the blues away. Dancing the blues away. It's tea time.
No room! No room!
But there's plenty of room.
I see.
This spot'll do, don't you think?
Maybe we're waiting for others.
What others?
Ah, that's for us to know and you to believe.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I think you don't want me here.
It's true. We don't want you here.
Well, I am here, and I'm not leaving, and I'd love some refreshments. Interloper!
Have some juice.
I don't see any juice.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
Good one! Zing! Why don't we all just try and get along?
Your hair needs cutting.
What's that?
Your hair. It needs cutting. May I cut it?
Absolutely not!
Are you attached to that position?
Firmly!
Stubborn girl.
It isn't polite to name call.
What would it hurt to let him at your hair? It cheers him so.
What does he know about hair cutting?
He's a hatter. It's
Out
his
of the-
job to shape heads.
Absolutely out of the question.
She won't budge.
Quite rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
A riddle! I like riddles. Why?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
It's a waste of time to ask riddles without knowing the answer.
Why must everything have an answer?
Excellent question, though I haven't an answer.
I'll Google it later.
Google it?
Google has all the answers.
Who is this Google person?
It's not a person. It's a search engine.
Well, I don't care for him. Him or his engine.
What day of the month is it?
The 11th?
2 days wrong.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month, but not the hour.
Why should it? Does yours tell the year?
No, but that's because it's the same year for a very long time.
Which is the case with mine.
You've lost me.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course. Well said.
You mean to say,
I mean to say precisely what I've said.
which is that the hour here is fixed?
The year comes and goes, but the hour is forever the same.
That's messed up.
If you knew time like we know time, it would all be clear to you.
But it's not logical.
Why should it be? I dare say, you've never even spoken to time.
Too busy hanging out with that Google fella.
Ah, yes. Does he treat you well?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder
Should I put my tea on his nose?
what you are. Up
What's that he's singing?
above the world
Twinkle,
you
twinkle?
fly, like
I know it
a
well. I'll have you know I once sang it for the Queen of Hearts.
You sang for the Queen?
At the Grand Ball.
It's true, he did. And 2 days later, I went mad.
Wouldn't you have to be sane to recognize madness?
Not so, I'm quite mad and quite aware of it.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at.
Do you know the song?
Something like it.
Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen bawled out,
He's murdering the time! Off with his head!
Murdering time? How do you murder time?
she felt my tempo was off.
I felt he was majestic.
And ever since, time won't do a thing I ask. It's always 5 o'clock now.
I get it. It's always tea time.
We've never even had time to wash the dishes.
Perpetual tea.
'Cause you murdered time?
I was framed!
You can't get a fair trial in Wonderland.
Suppose we change the subject. I'm tired of all this talk of time. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist. At least for the time being.
I vote the young lady tells us a story.
I don't know one.
Then the dormouse shall. Then the dormouse shall.
I wasn't asleep. I've heard every word.
Then what have we been talking about?
Beehives?
Tell us a story.
About bees?
About whatever.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep before it's done.
Okay. Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters. And they all lived at the bottom of a well.
What were their names?
Let's see. Their names are Kelly, Shelley, and Janet.
Those are the names of my sisters.
He has a flair for realism.
And they all lived at the bottom of a well.
You've said that already.
Have I? Well, their names are...
We know their names.
Have I told this story before?
Just that part.
Why did the sisters live at the bottom of a well?
Must I repeat myself?
You haven't said that part yet.
Oh,
Perhaps you should start again.
yes, good idea. Where was I?
Excellently told.
Bravo! Bravo!
Have me from beginning to end.
But there was no beginning or end. Just gibberish.
Have the courage to applaud what you don't understand.
But there was nothing to understand.
It shows what you know.
Uncultured swine. That mouse is a poet genius.
Take some more tea?
Well, I haven't had any yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
No one asked your opinion.
Who's being snarky now?
Keep your tea and your butter and biscuits. I've had enough. You two should be ashamed of yourselves treating a guest in this way. Whatever happened to manners?
They must have died with the time.
I'm done with your phrases and riddles and mind games. I've had enough. You two think you're just so clever, but you're just a couple of stuck-up old creeps.
Well, that about captures us.
Goodbye and good riddance.
If only she realized.
Realized?
We are what she dreams.
You mean to say?
We're her inventions. We're all in her head, fantasies in her mind. She's surely in bed, in her sheets all entwined. We're jumbling thoughts as she tosses and turns from green apricots that her poor tummy spurns. Light-a-loo, light-a-lay, light-a-dum-de-dum-day. We've a secret to sigh under breath we convey. We dwell in a strange world of magic, it seems. Fantastic creations of Alice's dreams.
We're wild ruminations somewhere in the cloud, uploading sensations as she snores out loud.
As she naps and her memory screams.
Fantastic creations of Alice's dreams. Light-a-loo, light-a-low, light-a-dum-de-dum-do. We are figments of musing, we sadly must know. We dwell in a strange world of magic, it seems. Fantastic creations of Alice's dreams. In high definition and stunning 3D, in perfect condition for her mind to see. We sound to surround pixels, billions of bits, programmed to confound and then send her in fits. Light-a-loo, light-a-lay, light-a-dum-de-dum-day. In her dozing whimsy we've all come to play. Nonsensical characters weaving our spell. As long as she's sleeping, we're alive, all is well. Light-a-loo, light-a-lee, light-a-dum-de-dum-dee. We are tripping about in her mad reverie. We'll addle and rattle her, having our fun, until she awakens and our fun is done. We dwell in a strange world of magic, it seems. Fantastic creations of Alice's dreams.
So, what happens when she wakes?
We die.
That's very sad.
Indeed.
Do you think she has a backup system?
I don't know, but just in case, we must make the most of the moments we have.
We shall strive to do so.
Yes.
What time is it?
Tea time.
I must make haste or I shall be late!
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay, you know.
Contrary-wise, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
Well,
You were taken by surprise.
you could say,
Uncertain what to make of us.
I've never seen anything like the two of you.
You've begun wrong.
The first thing in a visit is to say,
How do you do?
Okay then. How do you do? How do you do?
There, now we're afoot.
Properly afoot.
I was hoping you guys could tell me the best way out of this wood. It's getting darker by the minute.
Next, we dance.
The sun's nearly gone.
We dance now.
Isn't it unsafe?
Dancing?
Nonsense.
Just follow our lead.
No, I meant...
Yo, here we go. Round the mulberry bush. The mulberry bush. The mulberry bush. Say yo, here we go. Round the mulberry bush. So very, very early in the morning. Just watch me move and hear me bust a rhyme.
Got my jiggy groove and I got funky time.
I can MC DJ cuts, got tonight away.
B-boy maniac, I freeze and flare.
Then I windmill head spin, feet up in the air.
I do halos, helicopters, elbow spins.
A couple turtles thrown in just for grins. Go crazy every time this rhyme begins. Yo, here we go. Round the mulberry bush. The mulberry bush. The mulberry bush. Say yo, here we go. Round the mulberry bush. So very, very early in the morning. So very, very early in the morning. So very, very early in the morning. Yeah. Two verses in a rap are quite enough.
We shouldn't overexert.
It's bad for the joints.
And the flots of the feet.
I can keep going.
You don't know what's best for you.
It's fool's folly to continue.
What we need now is some water.
What we need now is an oxygen tank.
What's that noise?
My wheezing.
My ponting.
No. It's coming from over there.
Oh, it's just the King of Hearts snoring.
Come and look at him.
A lovely sight, isn't he?
I'm afraid he's going to catch a cold lying on the damp grass.
He's dreaming now.
About what, I wonder?
You don't know?
I can't know what somebody else is dreaming.
Why, he's dreaming about you, I'd wager.
How could you possibly know that?
'Cause you're here. And if you left off dreaming about someone else, where do you suppose you'd be?
I'd still be here, same as now.
You'd be nowhere.
You're only a sort of thing in his dream.
If the king would awake, you go out.
Fine.
Like a condor.
Hush, or you're going to wake him.
And then we'd all be kaput.
You know very well you're not real.
I am real.
You won't make yourself a bit real about crying.
If I wasn't real, I wouldn't be able to cry.
Those aren't real tears, no how.
This is so ridiculous. I've wasted so much time with the two of you. I better be getting out of this wood. Do you think it's going to rain?
No, I don't. At least not under here. No how.
It may rain outside. We've no objection.
Selfish things. Good night. What's that now?
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
What a thick black cloud that is. And I do believe it's got wings.
The Jabberwock!
The Jabberwock?
The
The Jabberwock! The Jabberwock is coming, better scream and shout. Hide your children, bar the doors and keep him out.
Oh, the Jabberwock is coming, yes, he's near about. Beady eyes and yellow teeth and nasty snout.
The Jabberwock is coming and he sounds real hot. I swear to you it won't be pretty if you're hot. He's worse than the sickest dreams you ever got. You're good as dead if he can get you in a shot. I can hear him, he's up there somewhere. I can smell him, he's in the foul air. I can't see him, I'm feeling such fright. He's fighting havoc on us all tonight. The Jabberwock is coming, better run and hide. If you can dig a hole, you better crawl inside. 'Cause at the very sight of him, people have died. To say and face him, sure to be suicide. The Jabberwock is coming and he's near and glue. With every inch of snow, she's